Media Narratives and Political Critique, Journalism Student's Guide. Let's kick things off with a question. How does the media frame political division? Today, we're delving into a heated discussion about Sara Duterte's potential impeachment. On one side, Senator Bato weighs in. On the other, Karen, the seasoned journalist, probes and pushes for clarity. As journalism students, this is your moment to reflect. How do we frame narratives, question authority, and sift through the noise in such polarizing debates? Let's break this down together with insights on Senate dynamics, political allegiances, and public perception. Some reports suggest the Senate is divided, making it unlikely to gather enough votes for Sara's impeachment. Karen points this out early, emphasizing that the numbers aren't there. Right off the bat, this highlights a crucial element of political reporting, the ability to critically analyze data and draw logical conclusions. Here's a thought. How often do we, as budding journalists, calculate the numbers before accepting political narratives? Karen presses on. If the impeachment effort lacks Senate support, is this truly newsworthy? Or does this serve as the public performance orchestrated for optics? Smart critique starts with smart questions. Switching gears, Karen interviews Senator Bato about Sara's allies. He asserts there aren't many, though he stopped short of specifics. The exchange is tense. He addresses political silence in the Senate, suggesting many members prefer not to antagonize Malacanang. Let's pause here. This silence by senators is fascinating from a media perspective. For a journalism audience, the real question becomes, do they remain silent? How can we dig deeper to uncover motivations? Karen challenges him, pointing out the critical gap between reading hearts and having substantive conversations with colleagues. Senator Bato's rhetoric diverges into an emotional critique, urging senators to come forward, shed their fear, and take a stand. He repeatedly mentions having bold courage, while contrasting this with public frustration at perceived inaction. But here's the media angle worth dissecting. Is this appeal for courage, distraction, or call to action? While it sounds inspiring on the surface, does it alter the Senate's divided state? This section offers case study in rhetoric, how political figures use emotional language to sway public opinion, and journalism's role in unpacking its layers. Senator Bato transitions into critiquing the media itself, accusing mainstream outlets of deceiving the people and playing into a grand narrative to derail Sara's potential 2028 presidential candidacy. Here lies the media critique moment. Think about it. Are these claims strategic diversions or reflective of a growing public mistrust in the press? As journalism students, your ability to identify these patterns is critical. When a politician labels the press as deceptive, how do you counter this perception with evidence-based reporting? Karen, leaning into her role as a journalist, counters with sharp, strategic questions. Her approach provides a masterclass in media accountability. Notice her calm demeanor and how she steers the interview back to facts. Key theme emerges: the people are not stupid, per Senator Bato's repeated remarks. He draws attention to public sentiment on social media, where frustrations with political divisions and budget misallocations are widely shared. He suggests that people's anger at politicians undermining Sara may grow. The critique here falls squarely on us, the media. With the rise of social media, who controls the narrative, the politicians, the press, or the people? As journalism students, you must examine how platforms amplify certain voices while drowning out others. Can you balance traditional reporting with the realities of digital influence? Toward the script's conclusion, Karen lands sharp rebuttals against Senator Bato's sweeping statements. Her questions aren't just inquiries, they're challenges to accountability. Read their hearts when you can talk to them directly. This tactic exposes the senator's reluctance to substantiate claims. It's an excellent example of how journalists navigate rhetoric to unpack truth. But Karen's restraint also speaks volumes. While her criticisms remain sharp, she doesn't engage emotionally or defensively, crucial skill for future journalists to emulate. Karen's professional grit underscores the importance of staying focused on the story, not the drama. Finally, the conversation returns to the broader implications of Sara's potential impeachment. Senator Bato paints a picture of political protagonists waging war against each other while the public watches in frustration. His argument points toward political maneuvering and the idea that high-profile cases are personal vendettas, not public service priorities. For journalism students, this is a reminder of your responsibility to ground public discourse in facts. Ask yourself, are we reporting stories with the clarity required to empower citizens, or are we inadvertently feeding misinformation? This script offers a window into the volatile intersection of media, politics, and public perception. Whether framing Senate dynamics, analyzing rhetoric, or navigating emotionally charged statements, Karen's responses model the type of journalism that strives to hold power accountable. As you head into your future reporting careers, remember this: ask sharp questions, stay calm under pressure, and always be willing to probe beyond the surface. Engaged and informed journalism isn't just about reporting, it's about shaping a better informed society. Now go out there and find your questions.